I'm now excited to introduce to you our next speaker. Jeremy Podany is the founder and CEO of the Career Leadership Collective, home of the National Alumni Career Mobility Survey. Jeremy is an innovation, leadership, and organizational growth thought leader with unique expertise on the confluence of university career services, systems thinking, leadership, and organizational growth. Jeremy enjoyed nearly 20 years working inside higher education in career services and corporate education, and has helped build 6 unique startups inside and outside universities. Jeremy's specialty involves helping university senior administrators to weave career education into the fabric of the campus and maximize results. Jeremy has a Bachelor of Arts in English Education from Western Michigan University and a Master's in Higher Education Administration from Indiana University. Please join me in welcoming Jeremy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Greetings from Fort Collins, Colorado. It is good to be with you. Thank you, Jessica, for that warm introduction. I really appreciate it. And Dr. Samuel, that was outstanding. I was really glad to be able to peek into your talk before this and looking forward to our Q&A afterwards. Well, as I said, my name is Jeremy Podany. I'm the CEO and founder of the Career Leadership Collective. I will share a little bit about what we do just in a moment here. And I'm going to talk to you about trends, data, and equity for strategic career everywhere in 15 minutes. So here we go. We're going to do that. And I should say before I start that I'm a really big fan, and they're great friends and colleagues of Jim and Nancy in the Career Center. The work that they do, we as Jim mentioned, we awarded them with our Career Innovation Award last year in the middle of the pandemic, and really love following what they do and how they innovate to help their campus. We've just crossed over. We're only a 4-year-old organization, but we've just crossed over doing business with 1,000 colleges and universities. It's been an incredible need around the country for this topic, and that is, how do we look at career outcome data and career education and weave it into the fabric of the campus? How can faculty come together, senior administrators come together to do that better? And we are in the middle of a paradigm shift. But to start off, what I'd like to do is actually give you a gift. This is a report that is about to come out next week. It hasn't been promoted yet too much, and I would love for you all to have it. Funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It is and produced by the American Association of Colleges and Universities and NASPA's Advising Success Network. Our team at the Career Leadership Collective wrote this. It's called Integrating Career Advising for Equitable Student Success. I'll put the link in the chat feed so that you can have access to this, and it's free. You don't need to do anything to get it, and you can have it right now. There's a great section in there on the link just went in the chat feed. There's a great section in there on instruction, embedding career into the classroom. There's some landmark research in here around the country. Look at a ton of trends and best practices for what would it be like if career advising moves into the faculty realms, moves into academic advising, moves more into student affairs. How could that help with equitable student success? So really excited to launch this to the country, and you're one of the first campuses that will get a chance to see it. So take a peek at that. Always good to start with a gift. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our research. We're the home of the National Alumni Career Mobility Survey, and we research 5 and 10-year trends in alumni career pathway preparation, career satisfaction, community engagement, economic mobility, educational satisfaction. We bring in all of the AAC and use high impact practices, competencies from the National Association of Colleges and Employers. And UConn is a participant in this and has some great data on this. And this year we had about 220 schools from our survey research, looking at 70,000 alumni. So I'll share a little bit about that as we go about, but I thought you'd just like to understand our scope of our research. Here's the paradigm shift that the field of career services and campuses are in related to helping students prepare for their future. And I don't say this because it's not that career offices are going away. We love career offices. It's all the work that we do. But at an admissions presentation, the answer used to be, how do you help our students? It was, well, we have a career office, go see them. And while career offices are still existing, the fact that can't be the only model of just go see them. What we're seeing rise up all around the country is that there's a deep commitment, just like this Career Everywhere movement, to saying the campus, many on campus are committed to helping every student prepare for their working future. What does that look like when we don't simply drive everything to the career office, but many are coming around this? There are champions movements like this. There are Career Everywhere movements like this happening all around the country. I'll share with you a little bit of data and a couple of suggestions at the end. But I have a few questions, and they make my heart burn a little bit. So I'll put these out here. There's some big data around this. I'll share from Burning Glass Research and our National Alumni Career Mobility Survey. Why is it that nationwide, 43% of new college graduates are underemployed? This is pre-pandemic data. Why is it that only 51% of 10-year alumni feel their tuition was worth it? Why is it that Hispanic and Latinx alumni are 10 percentage points less likely to have had their institution help them create a career plan? Why is it that Native American student alumni report that they're 20 percentage points less likely to have interacted with employers during college? Why is it that non-traditional age students are 25 percentage points less likely to receive career advice during their college experience? Why is it? You may put in the chat feed, you may brainstorm a little bit. Why might this be? Why these are challenging statistics. They're good to look at. Every campus should disaggregate their data and take a look at the equity equation. What is it that we're seeing as far as engagement in career advising, engagement with a plan, engagement with employers? Why might that be? And I think there are multiple dimensions to this, but let me give one suggestion, and that is high impact career practices at colleges and universities are often left to chance. They're often left to the student, left to say, well, we have a career center. When you're ready, go see them, rather than embedded inside the student experience. And I really adore how the Career Everywhere movement is trying to say, let's embed career development into the fabric of the campus, into the student experience, and see how we can do that better. So one of the things that our research has done is create the high impact career mobility index. And we're defining career mobility for the country. Career mobility is not climb the corporate ladder. It could be if that's what the alumni wants, but that's not the only definition of it. We have to a little bit put it in the hands of the alumni, in the hands of the student. And so we look at 14 dimensions under 3 buckets: pathway preparation, plus career satisfaction, plus economic mobility. And here's what we come up with. It's quite multifaceted as we look at not just the beginning of their career, but certain steps along the path, the progression, career so far. How are they satisfied along the way, not just in their current job? What's their earning potential in comparison to their household? And what we get in layman's terms is, do alumni have skills to do quality of work? Are they happy with their career? And are they financially stable and satisfied? And here's a number of things that we've learned from this. The first is, when students network with and or receive advice from employers, it nearly triples the likelihood of career mobility. It is incredible when they're engaged in this. And so think about, in your practices as a faculty member, as a senior leader, as a student affairs advisor, as an academic advisor, how might employers come into your context? How might they help with your curricular pursuits? How might they be a part of teaching and learning? These types of interactions are incredible for students. Another is faculty. And this is fascinating to me. Number one about faculty is students get the most career advice from faculty. Number two is it's the least helpful career advice. However, there's a huge silver lining here. When it is helpful, it's significant. It's one of our top significant findings. So when faculty give helpful career advice, it is significant in that 10-year arc on helping students with their career mobility over time. And remember, career mobility is not just to climb the corporate ladder and to make the high dollar. It could be, but it's those 3 things. It's they feel prepared, they feel satisfied, and they feel economically stable and satisfied. So all those together, the top alumni on that are saying, when we received helpful advice from faculty, it was a significant factor. So another thing that we learn is about internships. There's a bit of a ladder with internships, in that we learn that it's good to have an internship. Probably the whole field kind of knows that. If it's related to the major, it's even better. If it's related to their career goals and aspirations at the time, it's even better. And if it plays out that it's related to that career that they're in at the 5-year mark, it's even better. So to understand the internship and to pursue experiential learning. And the good news is about this, we defined internships in the survey as hands-on career-related experiences. So this could be undergraduate research. This could be an externship, but this could be a big capstone project where they're working with an employer and got that hands-on experience. But internship-related items in general are huge when it comes to this data. So I thought I'd share with you, and this is hot off the press from the 2020 sample. We're just synthesizing it last week. The top 8 significant high impact career mobility practices that campuses can engage in. And as you look through these, institution helped me understand my career opportunities. Institution helped me create a plan for my career. Helpful career advice from an employer. Institution helped me network with employers. Learn critical thinking, problem solving skills. In fact, that was the only competency that made the significant list out of 14 competencies, critical thinking and problem solving. There were a couple other that tend to be additional influencers, like work ethic and professionalism, and the leadership competency. Just receiving helpful career advice, their internship was related to their current career, and then again, helpful career advice from faculty. So these 8 high impact career mobility practices, we highly encourage campuses to wrestle through and say, how are we? In specific, those top 2 are the biggest. Does my institution help me understand my career opportunities and help me create a plan for that? How could that be an iterative, ongoing process throughout the UConn student experience? And finally, I'll end with 3 suggestions as you implement. How might you embed career reflection into your practices? Through assignments, through classroom activities, through discussions. Dr. Samuel mentioned the modules that are available through the UConn Career Center. What a fantastic way to embed career reflection into the context of your classroom. But think about, as you go about wrapping up an assignment, wrapping up a classroom activity, as students are debriefing their study abroad experience or their alternative spring break experience. Hopefully we get back to both of those soon. How could they reflect? How can there be intentionality about the beautiful academic learning that they're doing in the context of their future? And secondly, how can we bolster faculty professional development on multiple career topics? Whether that's intercultural communication about career development, how to have a basic career conversation, or looking at a deeper level of career reflection activities and exercises that faculty could use everywhere. But how can we bring faculty together to have conversations about career-related topics? How might we bolster syllabi to be more work relevant? And third, and finally, how do we connect the classroom to career experiences and employers? Those internships and employers that become so important in the national data set. I believe that these 3 items, if there's a focus on them, can really help to transform the student experience. And it won't just be that the first job is great, but that first arc of 10 years we see where students are saying, my institution helped me with pathway preparation, with career satisfaction, and with economic mobility. It's great to be with you, and I'm looking forward to the question and answer time.